Yo, what's good everyone? This is AEO Boxing with Madiba, and we're here to talk about Anthony Joshua fighting Daniel Dubois. So as we all know, Daniel Dubois defeated Filip Hrgović in a shocking upset. Dubois won his biggest fight to date and is now the interim IBF champion, pretty much making him Usyk's mandatory. Many people, including myself, thought that Hrgović would beat Dubois. This assessment was based on a narrative that Dubois didn't have heart. When the going gets tough, he'll fall apart. I honestly thought that Hrgović would knock out Dubois, so much so I put a last minute bet on Hrgović to win by KO in rounds 7 through 12. But boy, I was wrong. Hrgović was the one with the questionable heart, and he was the one that gets stopped. And it looks like Dubois is the front runner for AJ's next opponent, as it's been reported that they are in talks to fight at Wembley Stadium in September. And I see some people questioning this fight. Some feel that this isn't a good fight and that Dubois is tailor-made for AJ, while others want AJ to fight Zhilei Zhang instead, which is understandable. But it makes sense for AJ to fight Dubois next. Let me explain. Leading up to the 5 vs 5 card, the winner of Wilder vs Zhang was speculated to be the next opponent for AJ, while the winner of Hrgović vs Dubois was a secondary option, but this speculation was directed mainly at Wilder. AJ vs Wilder was a fight that should have happened already, but there was always hopes that the fight would eventually get made. A Wilder fight would have been bigger than anything else, but Zhang would end that dream. By default, Zhang should get the AJ fight, and you can make the argument that AJ is avoiding Zhang if he doesn't fight him next. But Dubois is the better fight overall. Yes, Zhang is the bigger puncher and the more dangerous opponent. He also has a history of AJ that makes the matchup appealing to fans. But other than legacy and money, Zhang has nothing to offer. Dubois, on the other hand, does have something to offer, which is the interim IBF belt. As stated before, this belt basically makes you Usyk's mandatory, and if the IBF belt is vacated or stripped, then the interim champion will either be elevated to full championship status or fight for the vacant belt. Either way, whoever has the interim IBF belt by the end of this year will be in prime position to fight for the heavyweight title next year. If AJ wants to stay active this year and also become a 3 times heavyweight champion, which is a legendary feat, then fighting Dubois is the way to go. And besides the potential rewards, Dubois is still a good opponent. He's had back-to-back stellar wins, which has redeemed him in the eyes of many doubters and boosted his profile. He's also dangerous in his own right and is improving with each fight. And with him being British, it makes a good, classy domestic showdown in the UK, guaranteed to draw attention and make money. I guarantee you, if this fight goes through, we're most likely going to see Queensberry vs Matchroom 5 vs 5 Part 2, but only with UK fighters. The setup is too perfect for that. And based off of the perceived success that the first one had, staging a second one in London would be even better. Question is, can Dubois beat AJ? And I say no. I think Dubois is too stiff for AJ. I think he'll put up a good fight and pose a threat, especially with the youth on his side. But he was getting hit with the right hand too easily by Hrgović. If AJ, who's the better and more experienced fighter, were landing those same punches on Dubois, I'm certain Dubois would have gone to sleep. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with AEO Boxing with Madiba. Hit like and subscribe, and more content's coming your way.